Last week I covered the blaster of my dreams, the Yeet Hammer, and this blaster is truly a work of art. But it got me thinking, where do you go from here? And what kind of sidearm would I run with the Yeet Hammer? Well, fortunately, the madman himself, Sillybutts, designed this. Introducing the Wildstyle. This is a T-pole rear prime blaster, which has a big power system in here. You can actually fire demolisher rockets, Mega XL, shotgun blasts, all kinds of cool stuff. In the front here, we have a shell ejector. So satisfying. So in today's video, we're gonna take this outside, check its accuracy, get some chronograph readings on some various shells, talk about some of the shells. From the time we filmed the Yeet Hammer to now, Sillybutts already designed more shells. So we're gonna talk about some of those shells. And then we'll kind of take a look at the hobby and see what they're doing with the Silly shells. Really exciting. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Now, the Wildstyle really came into existence because when Sillybutts launched the Silly shell, he wanted to have a good solid blaster to launch with it. And I am very happy to report that the Wildstyle is not only super rigid and durable, has a ton of power, but it actually feels great to use. If you are a fan of T-poles, which I am, it's just a great blaster. So let's go ahead and head on over to the workbench. I have some more shells to show you that Sillybutts has been working on and talk about some other shells that are in the works. All right, so let's kind of cover some of these shells. Obviously, you can see there's a demolisher post. Some of the new shells are the N-series shells. He also reworked the 50 caliber shell, put a little bit of lip in there so that the balls don't fall out. As we can demonstrate, kind of pops in there and you're not going to lose your balls because you got that little retaining lip. One cool thing that I overlooked last time I was looking at these shells is there's actually adapters. This is, I mean, I don't know why you would actually need to do this, but it's pretty cool it exists. Here's a fly point shell. It converts from fly point to Silly shell. So pretty clever. I'm not sure the purpose of that, but hey, you can do it. And I think there's a conversion for the Firefly shell and then of course Spring Thunder. You know, maybe if you're really into the Spring Thunder shells, that is an option for you. Now for N-series, we got, looks like you reworked, you got single, double, and then triple. So that should fire a shotgun blast of the new N-series dart. That's kind of cool. Definitely want to check out Mega XL. Then I want to check out the half darts and the bottlenose. We'll see what kind of performance we get with that. Now, while we're here on the bench, let's take a closer look at the blaster. The ejection mechanism is pretty cool. You just press that down. Basically, you put a thumb here, finger here, and it just pops it out. Got some onboard storage options here. You can feed it in either way, so that's pretty nice. T-pole, it's pretty easy. Yeah, and just overall, just great. Really solid, well-built blaster. Pistol grip feels amazing. So as you can see, the Wildstyle has a lot of possibilities. I've heard that there's already people remixing the front of this to go on various different blasters, such as the Nerf rival Fate. I even saw paper skeletons with, I believe, one of these front ends on a drain blaster. This front end, if you look at it, the way it's designed, it's actually not too hard to stick it on the front of stuff, so that's really cool. I was talking to Sillybutts and he mentioned reworking the front so that you could also use all the added darts, little rocket attachments on here, so that's really cool. Basically, you have a lot of modularity, and this whole shell system is just, it's definitely a community shell. That's why I really like this project. As I'm filming this video, he is wrapping up the Boomco shells, so you know, we're gonna have Boomco. He mentioned the possibility of Vortex. I would love to see how well Vortex round, I mean, it's gonna have to come out here because it is wider than the shell, so very interested to see how that goes. With all that said, let's go ahead and take this blaster outside. I want to shoot some targets and show you all what kind of numbers do we get out of this. Let's start by grabbing some chronograph readings off the bottlenose. 136.7, 131.2, and 129.1. And since we're here, let's get some chronograph readings off this. That is a very big projectile, so let's see what it looks like. 53.2. That can't be bad, considering Mega XL darts are huge. And 55.5. See how accurate this thing is. Now let's check out this triple N-series shell. Well, that's pretty effective. And now for demolisher. Let's try that again. Nice part about this is you don't have to eject the shell, just throw it back on. Yeah, so demolisher accuracy is not any fault of the blaster. Demolisher rockets are just not that accurate. All right, so I went and found the rifled Mega XL one. Let's try that. Well, that was a big difference. So yeah, use the rifled one. So final impressions of the Wildstyle, I would say this blaster is awesome. If you want to pick up one of these, the files are available at Printables, and Out of Darts will be selling hardware kits. Now, if you want to pick up the shells, you can print them yourself, and there's also going to be a lot of different hobby shops, probably on Etsy or whatnot, that will sell the shells. More information on that to follow. Now, the Wildstyle was sent in for review by Sillybutts, so I want to give a special thanks to Sillybutts for sending this in. I absolutely love how it turned out. I'm gonna have to ask him what this blue is because it is just beautiful. It's got like a little sparkle to it. Just looks great. And if you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for watching. As always, I'm DrFlux. Be safe and happy foam flinging.